Hello, chess fans! For today, I will try something more educative. I will try to play a little longer blitz, let's say 5 plus 3, with 3 seconds per move increment. And I will try to focus on my thinking process during the game. I have the opponent, which is probably the plus minus same rated as me, and let's see how it works. After e4, I will reply e5, so it will be maybe somehow Italian structure, and this is Spanish, really bad. So I will play bishop c5. That's the old traditional line. Castling is probably one of the possible replies, as same as c3. He could play castling or c3. Now I have options with knight f6, also d6, but my reply is always knight d4 because it's focusing on the bishop. I'm attacking the bishop, and that's giving no space for different moves, like he wished to play c3 and d4, of course. But now the bishop is under attack, so he has to trade the knights. I will retake with the bishop, and after c3, which is coming, of course, c3, d4 is the plan for white to achieve the center control. I am moving the bishop back to b6, and after d4, I have still time for doing c6 and d6, which is good because I will retake in the center, most probably with the pawn, and the bishop is holding my queen. So if he trades everything, I have something like equal position. And for playing, why not? Like, you are playing black pieces, so if you achieve something like equal after opening, you should be happy with that. Of course, there's a strong move like knight a3 with knight c4 coming, but then you can play bishop c7, holding e5 square many times, and after knight a3, I think knight f6 is possible, with some little attack against the e4 pawn, which is something. Yeah, it's really not bad for black. Very interesting is knight d2. After knight d2, you can take the d4 pawn, but it's wrong because after the take and retake with the bishop, there is knight c4 attacking the bishop, and behind the bishop is pawn standing. Maybe I can show it after the game in the analysis because it's a very important line to know if you want to play such a Spanish line. But now we will wonder with which move is white coming. He is minute was take retake. If he takes queen, I'm retaking with the bishop. Uh, I feel like this is a dream position for grandmasters playing with blacks against a little weaker opponents, because in those positions the rating will show who is the better player. So let's see. I don't want to say I will win it, of course, but I feel like I'm in really good position, and I will try to burn the position with bishop b6. I think it's a very strong move because I will have the a file after the trade. That's good. Yeah, that's why he is not trading the bishops. Okay, let's play king e7. I think it's not bad. He has troubles with developing the knight because now c4 square is mine, and he cannot develop the knight so easy. So, what about the trade of the light squares bishops? Now the question. First, getting the rook on the line. I think it's clear. Now the question, if I want to trade the light squares bishops or not, and maybe the trade will help white because after I played bishop e6, he will immediately trade. I will retake with king or pawn, whatever, basically whatever, but he is moving his knight to c5. That's something I don't want to do. Now the bishop has the great potential on the diagonal, that's of course, but it's taking a square for the knight, only square for the knight. So let's play bishop b7. I think it's all right to develop the bishop there, even if that's not the best square for the bishop, of course. Yes, knight f1, basically strong. Yeah, let's play also some knights movement. Getting the knight to c5, later to d3, that could be a plan. Of course, I didn't want to take on e3 with possibilities like this. Yes, a4, that's logical. Yeah, I cannot play a5. I cannot play a5. The reason is take is with check, and after the retake, the bishop on b6 is hanging. So that's important to notice. And I don't want to retake with the c pawn. That's also true. I think a4 was great move. That's really the move. I have knight c5 probably. Knight c5, attacking the bishop. And also attacking the pawn on a4. I like it. I like it the most. Even if I am getting into the pin, and of course a5 could be a threat, but still the bishop is hanging. So a5, I believe, strongly believe a5 not possible. Yeah, very important position. I think it's equal, but every little mistake counts. Yes, bishop c2. That's logical answer. That's very logical answer. Now maybe I can play a5 already, without doubt. I like it. Yeah, again, b4, I have every time the take, protecting the bishop, and after the take on a4, I have the take on e3 in between. I believe I'm all right. Yeah, belief. I think I think it's all right. I think it's really all right. The question is how to continue further because b4 is coming. Yes, b4 is coming. Wow, I'm like a myth. I can play knight d7 for the easy reasons like this. I feel I can play this, but after the trade, I am losing my a5. So first I have to I have to trade there. Or maybe I can also trade the rooks first. I'm not sure what is in my wishes. So first the take there. It's looking good. He has to retake first. I I think he is retaking with the rook. Even if this is a check, but I'm retaking also with check. So there is no other choice for him. Now I'm taking the b4 pawn. And now I wanted to play knight a4. Now I'm looking also on knight on rook a2 possibility. But he has rook d2. There will be many trades. So first this. That was my first instinct. It looks to be like the pawn on b5 is weakness because he will have the light square's bishop after something like that. But also never forget that the pawn is standing on a square which is not protected of the bishop. So I believe it's all right. Like I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to take on e3 at all. Maybe I must. Maybe not. Maybe I can play bishop c7. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. The knight is not in a pin. Let's move the bishop there, attacking the pawn here. I think it's a good idea. Now I cannot use the c file. That was the choice. Every time if you have a choice, you are losing something for gaining something else. Where is he moving the knight? There and here, probably. Not bad. Not bad idea. Let's continue in this. Let's continue. Now the pawn is under attack. And I wonder what is his choice. If he protects the pawn, he is losing the activity of the rook. And now the rook is really well doing some things. Even if my rook is stronger, probably my rook has more choices. I think it's a mistake now from him. But I'm not sure Which take is better? Losing rooks or trading rooks? This rook is not active, but I will trade rooks. I will trade rooks because the rook is pretty big defender of my pawn. If the rooks are traded, I will have the a pawn really well prepared for going up. And I believe I'm winning here because now the question for him: if he plays this, then I'm trading everything, and my pawn is really well winning the situation, even if it's not yet 100%, but I strongly believe it's all right. Now I'm taking this spot for the knight. That's pretty important, I believe. Yes, activating the king with the bonus. And yeah, he is going there to block my pieces. Good, good. I cannot move the king closer. It's something I underestimated probably a little, but no one cares. I still feel this must be winning, thanks to the pawn. My pawn is white, he is outside past pawn, and in those situations, the side with bishop is simply stronger because the bishop is really the biggest guy over in positions side to side, coast to coast. It's still not so easy. Yeah, okay, let's play some indifferent move. I'm closing to 0. Maybe I could play before the bishop d3, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's move the king closer to the side. He cannot move outside. He needs to hold that because if he moves there, I'm moving my pawn. So this was a must from him. b5 coming? I don't know if he wants to. Okay, let's move there on the side. I'm ready to retake with the king there. It's a very interesting position. Still, I believe I have good winning chances. Really interesting. The only thing I need to create passed pawns on both sides. Okay. Now I'm holding him for this pawn. The pawn is fixed. He cannot move the pawn. And I'm slowly going with my king to help my pawn to advance. I strongly believe this must be winning. And I think that's more belief, or the belief is more sure than a few moves ago. Now I cannot move the king because of the fork there. That's classy. But I can move my bishop there because this is nonsense. My pawn is running. And he is not in quadrant. Yeah, he's also moving his pawn up. Wow, amazing. Amazing. This is really amazing. Okay, so let's defend. Again, if he tries, I am faster in running. Even if he has the check in between and he is still holding it. My goodness. Wow. That's something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It could be lost. Wow. It could be lost. Okay, let's move there. Even if that was probably even worse. Now I have to block it. I still feel good because my pawn is fast. I'm running for those guys. Now he blocked everything. He has a move. Oh my goodness, what I did with the position. What I did with the position. I think now it's probably winning for white, but he needs to play correct, and I think he didn't. It's hard. Hard. I cannot take the knight. I see. Or I can, but it will be a draw. When I take the draw, I don't know if I want to draw. Maybe I won. Okay, let's say a draw. It's a stalemate created. Well, okay, that was a good game. Let's play the revenge if you want. And I'm white, and I'm playing the e4 first move. That was really nice game. Even if I thought, yeah, we will see after the second game. I will take it into the analysis, and we can see together if I had the winning chances. Okay, now it's something Indian played for black. I'm playing something safe without any troubles. I'm doing very often self troubles. Letting him take the d4, he doesn't care. I like it. Now I steal him the position. I steal him the square on g4 because I wanted to play bishop e3. Uh, okay, b5. That's a plan. What about c5? I'm not sure. Can take there. I didn't want to take risks, so okay, let's play b3. I feel that this diagonal is not so safe, but the worst thing that can happen, I will lose the exchange in the corner. And I strongly believe if he takes my rook on a1 and I will retake the bishop on a1, I will have much better hopes in the rest of the game. Take care of how many moves he played with pawns, so he still is not yet developed on the side. And if he plays the bishop e6 now, I will probably push the d5 for being safe. Now I don't have a reason, probably. So I will continue in my plan, like visit the e3 square. Because after d5, the position would be more or less closed. And of course, black could have a plan like the Indian plan, f5 in those positions. So, yeah, okay, knight a4, creating the opportunity later for this. Taking with the bishop, because the bishop is standing against the bishop. And where to move my bishop? Maybe back to e3, leaving the square for the knight. If he wants to take, I'm still... Yeah, okay, I cannot do the knight b2 so easy. Wow, this is something. Did I really leave the pawn? My goodness. Wow, I lost the pawn for free? Really? That was so bad. Okay. I lost the pawn, so it's only a pawn. He has a weakness on d6, and still more or less alright. I believe it's okay. If he wants to trade, he is without Lightscore's bishop, so I don't think he wanna take so much. I'll move my rook to d1. It can be alright. This is protected, so any of those choices are like declined. And I have a plan attacking the d6 pawn, like moving the rook to d1, maybe bishop to f4, and I will steal him the pawn. That's my plan. Okay, continually making my plans. Looks like I have no connection. Yeah, now it's back. I hope everything works with my video. Okay, what now? What now? He would be happy to attack my c4 pawn, but I'm taking first, but the bishop is hanging. Wow, I'm so blind there. I'm so blind. Okay, let's play bishop f4. If he attacks my pawn, I will hold him first. Then in some later, I will take. You can see my structure. That's nothing perfect, but it still holds. Like if we get into the end game, my pawns are holding the black pawns, so it might be well secured. No trouble at all. Yes, definitely. He is really good player. I need to hold my pawn. This is key one. If I lose him, then my structure is falling. So this is pawn to hold. Maybe his plan, long-term plan, his plan could be d5 and going with the c pawn. I need to care about it. Now it was probably not possible. Okay, queen e7, something like this, whatever. I need to hold my knight. But I need a plan. I need something to do with my knight. So maybe g4, knight g3, knight e4, attacking the d6 pawn. Could be helpful. Could be, by the way, it could be helpful to create the destination for the bishop long term because the bishop is well important. His plan is doing this probably, but he cannot because of the pin. I like my plan. No, I believe that d5 is a mistake. Yes, I want to do it. King the c4, what I said, that's important to keep. Wow, he is playing really well. I have a plan. Bishop f1. After the trades on c4, I will move my knight. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my god! f3 pawn. Hanging. My goodness. Oh. Oh, whoa, whoa. That's madness. I'm so blind. Okay, still a blitz, but I'm hopeless. Materially speaking, positionally speaking, wow, he totally overplayed me. Now he has this check and taking the rook. Wow, he did so well. He did so well. Yeah, amazing. Amazing how he did. I don't think there's still something to fight. Yeah, he didn't do that. Generally speaking, I still have some chances. Okay, let's trade everything. Yes, g5 afterwards. Ah, man. I'm too blind, probably. But I'm still fighting somehow. I'm still fighting. I will never give up so early. Hmm? Okay. Need to be taken. Yeah, he has simple plan. Let's give up. Maybe you can play more, not? He is really strong. He is playing really well. Let's play one more at least. Let's now Sicilian. Go for Sicilian this time. E6 and A6. Neither Sicilian. Typical position for fighters. Yeah, Bishop E2, one of the moves allowing me to play E5, so I will try to focus to reach the center. Now the possibilities to develop the bishop, I can develop him to E6. I prefer the developing to B7, even if it's not the best method, I think. But Uh, I think it's it's possible and it's the fastest development. So yeah, G4, amazing. He is really playing well. He is really playing great chess, attacking the side, learning all the things. And I don't know what is the best reaction. I don't have the development yet. So my choice is knight c6, knight c5. Okay, let's play knight c5. I like it because if we get into the endgame, his pawn structure is nothing perfect. Okay, let's move the knight in the middle. I don't want to trade the b3 because my knight is stronger than him. Hmm? Logical. Okay, let's move there. Yes, I thought he will retake with the queen. I need to finish my development as fast as I can. My plan would be setting the rook to the c file and try to focus on the queenside attack. I think the bishop pair is nothing so strong in those positions. And if I, yeah, that's true that white is probably a little better, but I will try to play it in Petrosian style, like creating the square for my knight after the trade on f4. If he wants to take, he wanted, I will get the knight into the e5 square, limiting his bishop a little bit. And if he wants to play bishop g4, I still be going with the knight to e5, sacrificing the exchange and hoping there for some attack. Sooner or later it can begin. e5 and so on. Okay, knight e5 is a cool move, I believe. Let's see how it works. Yeah, running with the knight to f5. Yeah, I see his logic. I can make a square for the bishop to f8. I feel it's logical, not giving up my bishop because he is holding all my side. And I feel him very important. What about trading the queens? Sure. I think now he cannot, because if I retake with my pawn, I will trade also rooks, and his pieces would be a little damaged. So he will most probably let the queen be on d5. Even if I take, the d5 pawn could be a weakness. So yes, he did well. Again, he did so well. Amazing. Okay, let's move the knight further into his position and taking with the pawn. If he wants to take my queen, I'm ready to retake with my rook. Not losing the structure. And again, we have a situation with the bishop against knight. Honestly, I like more the knights than bishops. And it seems to be that I'm not so familiar with playing with bishops. My plan is open the position as fast as I can, but if I have choices. D6 pawn is a weakness. I will lose him most probably. What about, yeah, I can play G6 and moving the bishop to G7, but it looks to be like generating the holes. And maybe first H6, and after he takes, I will play G6, and then I can somehow get my king into the position. I like it. If he plays knight g5, I will take. Yeah, this is strong. Again, he's playing so strong. Yeah. Okay, take the rook first. I'm trying to make it a little easier. Even if I don't know if it would be easier for me, because if he takes, okay, he don't take. I can play f6, getting the king then. Okay, I like it. If he plays h7, I still have king h8, king g7, whatever. And wanna really take his pawn on h. He's trying to take my pawn. What about g5? I like the g5 because my rook is still protecting this square. Wow. Again with blacks. As same as the first one today. That is really something instructive. But maybe I'm in worse position again. Even if I have really good chances, I believe. Again, I have the bishop against knight in a position on both sides. My plan is simple, like going to help with my king. He is also trying to focus on his king, probably, to get into the center somehow. But his pawns on queen side are on dark squares. So it's hard to say. I could probably take the rook to create the weakness there. Hard. Hard for me. Okay, let's try. He's blocking my side. Take. Can I get into the position with the bishop somehow like this? Questionable. Okay, let's take. Focus on speed. I feel my bishop is stronger in this position. Even if it's not so sure. But my pawns are further. Okay, this is necessary to take. I can play this, but I'm not so... Yeah, it's nonsense. Let's continue in my plan. Yeah, I believe I'm winning right now. I strongly believe this must be winning. Because I'm taking his pawn there, and then Marsh. After he does the move, I'm going to collect him, sacrificing the bishop simply. That's necessary to sacrifice my bishop. But my pawns on G, and yeah, this one is going up and win. Hopefully. Hopefully, yeah. Also, I hope that my video is running. Okay, that's what I said. I need to do this. Focus on a pawn. Now he has to do something with his knight. That gives me a time for taking the pawn. I can't see him rescue. I think here I'm fast. I'll probably ignore, even if. Should I really ignore? Hard decision making. Okay, let's ignore. Let's ignore, even if both of those pawns could be dangerous. But I feel I'm faster in progress. Of course, I cannot stop him. Okay, let's move my king. Be under check, so that has two positives. If I move immediately, there is a fork, so I have to run out of the fork because after the fork, my f-pawn would be too slow. Uh, okay, let's run with this one. And now with this one, I'm standing first. Yeah, it's still really tough. Still really tough. He is with check. Wow, that's... Ah, I have. I have this. It was luck in the position, probably only. I probably cannot win that. It's probably not possible because, yeah, maybe somehow with the luck. I don't know. Probably impossible. I can try. Yeah, queen cooperates probably better with the knight a little. Yeah, that's check. Okay, even worse. Okay, last game with this one. And now let's play again d4. Yeah, I felt like I must be winning. We will see afterwards. We can analyze every game. I think it would be all right. Keep it under an hour video. Yeah, it should be educative. At least like the end game with the bishop against knight. Uh, I feel okay. He can take the pawn, but it's probably all right. I can play a4 and retake the c4 pawn a little later. It's all right. Typical idea. And if he plays knight b6 in those positions, then I will play c5. It's not so many positions where the c5 is correct, but I think after knight b6, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, the plan is to play e4 sooner or later, maybe later than sooner. Yeah, he executes well. Still question, I like it probably to take and playing knight g5. His pawn is in danger at least. My pawn is also in somehow danger, but wow, my jump is possible, isn't it? I like the bishop pair a lot. I like those positions. Maybe I shouldn't take immediately, but I couldn't help myself. Looks so tempting. Those bishop's pairs positions, I really like. Yeah, exactly. He is trying to defend the position, but I wonder if he can. Yeah, let's play it for some slow rising, getting the rooks to the lines, limiting the queen a little. Yeah, because I could play immediately the rook to d1, but I think that the queen on c7 is simply worse than the queen on a5. It was not about taking the a2 at all, but it was only like hunting the queen. He is again losing control over the dark squares. Now, I strongly believe he could have a big troubles with the dark squares in the position. And it smells like d5 is coming sooner or later. And now I feel like sooner is better. Okay, let's infiltrate first with the queen into his position. Question is, if I want to play f3, it could be also weakening myself. And the thing is, if I can reach something with f3, with opening the f5 probably, it could be a good deal for me. But maybe also something like queen h4, attacking the knight there many times. But still, I'm not sure how to make it. Okay, I like the f3. I like it. At least I'm not risking anything with that. If he plays e3, I will collect him sooner or later. The pawn will be lost. I can take it also with the queen immediately. So c5 coming. That was for sure. Happens. Now the question, would I play d5? That was my first instinct plan. Now I'm not so sure. That's also a plan to hunt the knight out. Could be done with g4. Maybe I gave him some chances. It was not so well played. But I can play d5 after the tricks, taking with the pawn. And if he takes with the bishop, I can take with the rook. Looks strong. Or first to take there. I'm not sure. Still, I'm not sure. Thinking long, but still not sure. Okay, let's do the g4 first. I like it the most. I like it the most, the g4, because g5 is a threat right now. The knight is securing the h7 spot. But it's really difficult to find the best choice in those positions. While I believe those positions are really the ones that you can choose 5 moves, but 4 of them are going into equality, and only one is winning, so it's hard. Let's take with the bishop. Wow, he's so big defender. Now the question. Oh. Okay, let's move to f2 for being safe. Maybe I could play also g5, but I didn't like him to take. My bishop is strong. That's my strongest piece, even if I ruin his power from... Yeah, I don't know what was the reason I did it. But okay, I still feel comfortable. I still feel good. Oh, the reason is, I don't know. Maybe he wants to play e3. Okay, let's play g5. Focus on the threat like this. Yeah, he will send the knight in between. I don't care. Going here. I could also play this. And after rook h8, I have the check on e6. Hmm, that seems to be lovely. Also threats the check with the rook. So I have 2 threats. Like, this threat is of course the threat only after he moves the rook there. So, okay, he allows me to do it. After rook, yeah, after rook moves, I have this check. That was well prepared. And if he takes, I'm taking there, and I'm all right. Okay, finally, my tactics works. Finally, finally. Yes, yes. I can take the rook. That's the easiest choice. Yes, that was fine. I will thank him. And now we can see the analysis of those 4 games. Let's see. Yeah, we have the games. So the first one was with black pieces. Let's help us in analysis with the computer. Yeah, that that was almost perfect game. There was something about equal, and I had strong feeling there. Yes. Okay, let's take there. Rook takes is strong. So that was really good one. And after bishop c5. Oh, I should take. What was there? Take, retake, and move. Yeah. And if he takes a spot on b3 somehow, I can play bishop a6, bishop c4, of course, and produce some push, and this one would be lost sooner or later. Yes, yes, okay, that's pity, but still good game. I think for the blitz game to have over 90%, that's cool. Okay, what about the second? What about the second? This one, I had white pieces and lost. Yeah, that was bad for my side. Really bad one. Uh, yeah, really bad for my side. I was there winning. Yeah, I smelled like that was not touchable, but yeah, that was easy. That was easy to take the bishop and then playing queen d5. That's so easy. And now he has trouble with the rook and with the knight. So he is losing in the material. Only thing he can do is taking there. And what I said, that would be perfect for me because my bishop will be on the line, on the diagonal, and it would be great game for me. Okay, so yeah, later I lost it, but it was clear that afterwards. That was already done. What about the third one? The third one was again the draw. That was That was again a draw, which was very adventurous, can we say? Yeah, and again, many mistakes in this game. I have there, maybe we can get into the end game. And yes, King E3 was nonsense, and G2 was winning. I was scared about this move, but I did this move. I didn't calculate it at all. My goodness. What about the take? It's not possible. F3 coming. Yeah, now the knight cannot hold the pawn. Oh my god, that was clear. That was clear stuff. I didn't see it. Good. Okay. That was my chance. And the last one. I strongly believe there was something better. Yes, that's not bad. Not bad game. The last one. Only, only I lost connection with the attack. Here I should do the d5. That was my instinct, but I was not sure how to finish. I played g4, which is mistake. And there I had to rerun my bishop out of the territory. He wanted to be there. Now he is a little bit closed on f2. But still I didn't do anything much wrong. And afterwards he made a mistake. So that was really not a really bad game. It was also nothing perfect. Maybe the first game was the best one in this challenge. So okay, maybe next time would be better. This time I wish you a pleasant evening. Good night. Bye bye.